In this video, I'm going to share with you 10 skills that are going to pay you for life. So skill number one is your ability to learn how to learn. And there are no excuses because today we have all the knowledge out there. If you don't know something, don't say, oh, I would like to, and it would be amazing if I would be able to. You have YouTube, you have Google, you have forums, you have online courses, you have peers, you have books, like no excuses. So this ability is really the gateway to all the other abilities, obviously. So if you learn how to learn, it's a game changer. To be able to learn from your mistakes is the next level. It's a bit harder because we have to take a closer look, but that's part of the ability to learn how to learn. All right, that's number 10. Number 9, your ability to be courageous. And yes, I put this under a skill because many people believe that courage is something we're born with. That's not true. Courage is something you can learn. So it's an ability to be able to do something despite your fear. Okay, so it's not the idea that you lose your fear and you're like completely fearless. Fear is a good thing, it protects you from many mistakes, but often it's kind of a handbrake. So courage is really the ability to do something despite you have fear inside of you. So you can always ask yourself the following question: is it really dangerous or is it just fear? And most often it's just fear. And so then play around with it, be curious, be open-minded, and just try stuff out and see what happens. So that's number 9. Number 8, your ability to overcome obstacles, to not give up, to keep going despite you fail. That's a huge one. So you can ask yourself, am I able to make a mind shift between obstacle and opportunity to grow? If the obstacle is too big, maybe it's too intimidating for you and it's not the right challenge. So maybe you want to make the obstacle a bit less or try another challenge, but try to make the mind shift to say, okay, no matter what, I'm gonna give it a try. No matter how the outcome is, I'm gonna learn something and the next time I will be better. So can you do this mind shift? You can always ask yourself, who can help me or what can help me? Asking for help is also a big one if you want to overcome obstacles. Number 8, so number 7. The ability to speak in front of others. Ooh, I know this is a big one for many of us. You don't have to become a public speaker like I do, but you have to be able to express your thoughts in a comprehensive way. This is something you can learn, it's a skill you can practice again and again. It's important at your work, at home, everywhere, that other people understand what you mean and that you can translate and transmit it in a comprehensive way. The next level of this ability, of this skill, is to be able to tell stories. Because only a story makes people emotional, and if you connect with people emotionally, that's a big asset in your professional life and also in your private life, obviously. So that was number 7. Number 6, the ability to observe and understand emotions. So I was dividing this skill into 2 parts, observe and understand. Why? Because the first step is really like to detect emotions. Emotions other people have in your surrounding, but also your emotions. Like to be able to say, interesting, I feel X, Y, Z. Most people don't have this sensitivity. We are so distracted and we don't pay attention, we don't have this connectivity. So the first step is really to observe, to detect the emotion is here. It's like, okay, here's an emotion, I have an emotion, the other person has an emotion. The second one is to not judge the emotion, all right? Emotions are not good or bad. Emotions are comfortable or uncomfortable. And we have an obsession that we always want to have the comfortable emotions because they're fun and they are activating and it's like, yoo-hoo! And the uncomfortables are heavy and they drag energy, and so we try to avoid them. But the ability, the emotional ability or agility is to observe and understand the emotions and not to judge them. All right, number 5, your ability to make decisions based on facts and not emotions. I mean, first of all, making decisions is an ability in itself. Try to practice decision making. Like when you observe, okay, I have troubles making decisions, just pick random all daily life situations, like picking a menu in the restaurant, like, okay, should I go shopping now or later? Just make a decision, you know, like make a decision and get into practice. And then the next step is to be able to differentiate between facts and emotions. And you can do this very easy. Make 2 columns. On one, you write the facts, like what is the fact and how do I feel about it. And just by separating the 2 components of a decision making, you can actually understand, okay, wait, do I make the decision based on facts or I'm just getting emotional? So that's the first step. And then the second step is to practice courage to make the call. Yes, I don't write consciously here to find the courage to make the call, because courage is not something that you find. Courage is something that you practice again and again. And you will see when you practice courage, you will automatically become more courageous. All right, number 5, the ability to make decisions based on facts and not emotions. If you want to practice your courage, I have another little exercise that you can try. You can write a comment. It's maybe something you normally not do, but let us know what you think. Hit the like button if you like it, or share it with somebody that you think could use it. It really helps to spread the word. Number 4, the ability to manage your time and your space. That starts with to be able to set priorities. Okay, what is important, what not? When we come to number 1, you will see why this is so important. And the ability to say no, to set borders and feel comfortable and just say, hey, you know, I have a lot of things to do, and according to our agenda, this is not our highest priority, so I propose that we move this to another time. You know, just stand your ground and practice to not feeling ashamed or small or whatever, just to be able to say no. That's a really important one. Number 3, the ability to shut up and listen. Yes, it's a huge one. Why? Because very often our ego, and the ego is connected to fear, jumps in and we're gonna defend ourselves, our opinions, our ideas, what we should do now and what we should not do. And it's a big mistake if you always get trapped into this automatism, because you don't understand what's going on. You don't understand what's going on with others. You don't understand what's going on in your life. So the ability to really stay curious and listen and like, okay, how do you feel? What do I miss here? What can I learn? It's a game changer. Number 3, the ability to shut up and listen. Number 2, the ability to sell and negotiate. So how do you sell something? How do you negotiate? Well, it starts with listening. Yes, it's counterintuitive because we think like, you know, I have this amazing gadget and you should buy it. That's not a good sell. That's not a good ability to sell. A good salesperson is first listening to understand the client, to understand what do you need, what's your problem, what's your pain point. Then the next step is actually to understand the value of your offer, to be clear what you have to offer the world. And if you're not clear about it and you don't understand what the clients need, you're just like making marketing shout out, like, buy my stuff, and it's not going to work out. So, okay, first try to understand what does the client want. Understand your value, what you're offering, and then third, to know when not to sell, all right? If it's a match, go and say, look, I have this amazing mouse, and if you use it, you actually be able to control your computer in a much more easy way. Okay, so that's an amazing tool that you could use. Now, if the person has a PC and cannot use this mouse, which is from Mac, or I don't know if it's compatible, but you know, you get my point. So understanding when not to sell, when you understand the client needs something else and what you're offering is not a good match, it's really, really good. Because why? It builds trust. All right, so the ability to sell is also understanding when not to sell. That's number 2. And now number 1 is the ability to activate yourself. Why did I put that on number 1? Because only if you're able to get started, to do stuff, you will be able to learn all the other 9 skills. All right, so to be able to overcome procrastination is really a game changer for your life. How? There are many tricks I'm going to share with you too. First of all, to be able to break down a big task into small steps. The people who know me, they know I always say, go easy, but go, all right? Make it small, make it comprehensible, make it digestible. Say, I don't have to finish the task today, I'm just going to work on it for 20 minutes. Then see what happens. Suddenly you work for an hour or two on it. So the ability to break it down. And the second trick is a funny one, some of you may know it, is your ability to eat the frog first thing in the morning. What do I mean? All right, if you have a task list and then you have a really important task that you have to do and you don't like doing it, that's the frog. So you can write a list and then you identify the frog task. Now, the frog task is important. You have to do it and you don't feel like it. It's like eating a frog. Now, if you know that you have to eat the frog, then better do it first thing in the morning, and the rest of the day you feel much better, you can do other things. Instead of saying, no, I'm gonna do it later, and the whole 8, 10, 12 hours of the day, you're gonna feel like, I should have eaten that frog. And the next morning you have to eat 2 frogs. It's an anecdote from Mark Twain. I love it. Try it out. Write the list, identify the frog, and then eat it the first thing in the morning. Just do it and don't think too much. So that's my number one, the ability to activate yourself. So here again, all the skills that will pay you for life. The ability to activate yourself, the ability to sell, to listen, the ability to manage your time and space, the ability to make decisions based on facts and not emotions, the ability to observe and understand emotions, the ability to speak in front of others, to overcome obstacles, to not give up when it's getting hard, the ability to be courageous, to practice courage despite your fear, and the ability to learn how to learn. I hope you found this useful. I hope you learned something. Let me know in the comments. Hit that like button if you like it, or share it with anybody you think could be useful, and we see each other here the next time. Bye bye, take care.